What are your thoughts on the UFO?
I was. Well, there's still there's too much left to know for me to feel comfortable about buying anything. I don't know if that price point is still too high for me.
Yeah, I think
we don't
that's
know
what
the
we're
cards
getting
are
at.
worth.
I think overall it's kind of saying, we'll see where it shakes out, especially if you could find it, especially Whatnot. Whatnot's an interesting thing, especially when like things come out. People throw giveaways and cheap stuff left and right, and that's what's going on right now. You can get very cheap packs there, so yeah, take a look there. You can get some stuff for like $1 or $2. So that seems to make more sense to me. About a $75 box, a $65 box, something like that. Which, depends. There weren't too many chases, but we'll see. There might be more Willy Wonka stuff in there. But yeah, I'm just saying it's just not a good sign. All right, Katie Sticks, what's up, man? Welcome. Yeah, so I don't know, guys. It's just kind of, this release went a little flat. What can we say? Is it a good sign for MetaZoo? No, and I'm a big fan of MetaZoo, dude. I like MetaZoo shit, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. You know what I mean? I was kind of talking through this, kind of saying, I like a lot of what they do, and I want this to do well. But I can't in good conscience say, go buy this. I don't think it's a good buy. I don't think you're going to really make money on it. This is something that you buy as a fan. And that's fine if you want to do that. Or you're really kind of a lottery ticket guy. What's the lottery at? 1.2 billion? So there you go. If you're not going to buy the 1.2 billion, you want to go for one of these chases. I think there's like 10 or 12 cards that are numbered out of 10 or 12, something like that. That's what you're looking for. And guys, we're just talking about the set. There's not the Bigfoot. There's like a Flatwoods monster. There's not a bunch of cool dragons. There's like 1 or 2 dragons. So I just think it's a little bit it's going to be looked over. The Kickstarter's going to be in people's hands in a week or two, right?
Yeah. And to your point, Mark, I was actually thinking about we mentioned this in the Discord a little bit. We were talking about how like Mike tried to control the prices, the MSRP prices. If he found out that any of the local game stores are selling below MSRP, like he would cut off their distribution. But like think about the position that has put them in now. Is that like they had to sell their stuff at $140. Good luck selling that stuff at $140 when you can see it on eBay for $90. That's now putting them in a terrible position.
Well, it makes them break the rules because some of them are because it's obvious, right? Because the supply of this is way too high. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like there's workarounds and people are doing it. So you benefit from not playing by the rules. You know what I mean?
Yes, and when you think about what effect that could potentially have on the rest of the market, like if those game stores see that they got stuck with this product and can't sell it below MSRP to get rid of it, you think they're going to want to re-up next time there's a drop, knowing that they can't sell it for what it's going for in the secondary market? Like, no, I don't think they're going to stop caring.
Well, yeah, and they're going to look at things like Whatnot or like, some of these eBay secondary or the blacks. What is it? What's the society that had it?
Black Border
Society, something like that, and saying, hey, there's ways to get around this. So why am I playing by the rules? I shouldn't. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think everyone's going to do that. Yeah, right. So
yeah,
it's an uphill battle, man. I don't think you can win it. I really don't. I think there's too many ways to become disappear online,
Yeah,
and
I
only
agree.
Fantasy Cards mentions part recession. Hey, there's something to be said about inflation. Like, inflation's really kicking people in the dick. It is like you go to the grocery store, you filling up your car, everybody notices it. You had to re-sign a lease. I'm sure you're feeling it. You know what I mean? Things like that. People pay attention to these things. Absolutely. So it's gonna affect, especially like sets after this. So it just kind of like, it seems like, guys, we're kind of hitting kind of a slowdown. So as someone who's a fan of MetaZoo, I can't really, buy it at these prices, and I like MetaZoo a lot, and that's why I say get one. I could say you can get one as a fan. That's kind of Mark's thing. Get one as a fan. Do whatever the hell you want. But after that, man, I don't know. If you're trying to make money on this, I don't think this is the right price, dude. I think you got to back off a little bit. And
yeah,
it's kind of one of those things. As a fan, like, I'm sure other people are a fan out there, like, it's hard to take a break. You have the loyalty. You like them. Let me help you pull you away a little bit. It's okay, guys. We could come back. They're gonna have an awesome promo. They always do. Like, just wait. And Halloween is around the corner, dude. You could blow $100 then. Just hang tight. That's what I'm saying. They nailed the promos. I just don't think this is something I'm really interested in, but maybe down the line, $50, $60, something like that. And you
Yeah,
can tell it's out of whack because what's the Nightfall binder going for? Like
Under
double
90
what
bucks,
a
something like
booster
that?
box is going for. I mean, it's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
you could fill a set with the binder. The binder's worth more than half the set. Or, well, all the set plus like one card.
Yeah.
So
It's yeah, I agree with you, Mark. Like, we're just expressing our opinions on how we think things are currently. Like, we're not trying to indict MetaZoo as a trading card game, I don't think. And this is just our opinion. Like, we look, like you said, the set's been out for a day, so there's still a lot of exposure left to see like what these individual cards do on the market. And judging on what we've seen so far, it's not great. That doesn't mean that MetaZoo's going to fail or that they're dead in the water. Like, yeah, there's other things that are going to be coming down that could help rebound, but it's just, think of it like a favorite band. You don't have to like every single album for it to be your favorite band. Like, sometimes they don't hit, and you just move on. You just wait for the next
there
one.
you go. Kanye did the singing album, and you're like, what? And you moved on. And you did. You're like, all right, I might skip this one. But also, I want to point out, like, when do you think the height of MetaZoo is? And I would argue it's that tournament. The $1 million tournament is the height of MetaZoo, right? Or around that time, maybe the build up to it, something like that, where they're doing a lot of publicity for it. People are excited about it. There's some hype about who's going to win the money.
I would say
I think we're on the
market.
exact opposite of that right now. So we're on the dead time to
we're
the
on the
hot
downside.
time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
So
think
it's just the cycle of this, and this came out kind of with the Kickstarter right on its heels, man. When the Kickstarter drops, who's going to care,
I think if you were to ask me what I thought like the 3 apexes were, the 3 high points of MetaZoo, I think it would be like when it was at its highest to my recollection was like a month or 2 after Cryptid Nation first edition dropped.
When I sold that Mothman, dude.
Yeah. When you saw those booster boxes going for like $800, $900, just not even Kickstarter, just first edition, and then I think it was not soon after that you sold that Mothman, Mark. Yeah. But then maybe like when Nightfall came out, because there was that residual high coming off first edition that people thought was going to carry into Nightfall, and it really didn't. And then, yeah, you're right. Probably the Caster Cup, the $1 million tournament or whatever.
The $1 million tournament helped. The promos helped. Yep. And then no one really had high expectations for the second edition, so it just was kind of around, and everyone was kind of cool with it. You know what I mean? I think it got the word out, but I think it's more like shift and sell. And guys, we got to say we've been doing Whatnot now, Matt. What, 3 months now? 2 months? And
you and I have been doing it, I think, for a month. But yes, prices.
We've been doing
really
it with Doug earlier. We did it on Doug's channel before that, and prices across the board have changed. So we'll let you guys know we've seen it like firsthand. Yeah. Like it is, like things have gone down on MetaZoo, and it just is. Mm-hmm. Just facts of life, guys. It's just where it's looking right now. For whatever reason you might think it is, there might be lots of them. It might be a mix of a few of them, but yeah. I'm a fan, and this is something I'm going to wait a little bit on. And leave it at that. Man, I got nothing else to say about this. Beating a dead horse. Anything else you got to say?
No, that's it. I'm with Only Fantasy Cards. If you're looking to buy for yourself, you can wait it out. It'll come down below $80 before or too long.
Whispers of Nightfall Second Ed. Well, I'll tell you
No, thank you. No, thank you.
I like Halloween a lot, and I think I would do like a second edition around Halloween. I wouldn't call it Nightfall. But I don't know if they could do that because it'd probably do, you have to do all sorts of extra art, extra prints, extra work, and that seems more, second edition Nightfall more is, you could do a short print cash grab type thing, you know what I mean? Like, hey, we're going to print, 10,000 boxes, second edition Nightfall, just to pad the stats, and just do it as a cash flow thing. I could see that.
Sure.
Make the money. Okay, so let's move on to Funkos, Matt. So, some TCGs are going down. Funkos have been Funkos for a while, man. People buy Funkos. It is like just a thing. Get used to it. So we have Avatar Legends coming out. Matt, do you watch any of the Avatar stuff?
I do not. Just really base knowledge of it.
Yeah, no, I don't know much about this sort of stuff. It's Avatar: The Last Airbender. So should I call it The Last Airbender, or do people know it as like Avatar Legends? Like I'm not even sure what I should call it.
I thought it was The Last Airbender is what it was called. Like Avatar: The Last Airbender is what it was called. Like Legends, I don't know what Legends is. If someone can clarify.
Do you call it The Last Airbender, or do you call it Avatar?
Well, I thought it's
Jed
all
Nightcrawler, it's
one.
got a huge fan base. I know this, and this is something that I don't really watch. I remember the movie came out and kind of flopped, and that's what I saw, and I didn't really like it. People call it Legends. People call it Legends. Okay. And I'm very familiar. This is a very familiar pop culture thing with the arrow on the head, right? Matt, you recognize that, the arrow on the head?
Yeah, but if you showed me that character, I would know exactly who it's from.
Right? People know that. So that's kind of a cool, it's going to pop out there. So, real quick, before we get too deep into this, I want to tell you what the big difference is. What the huge difference is, guys. It is this. The packs minted. This is what the difference is. It is 31,250 standard, 250 premium. I'm hitting all sorts of extra buttons. Let me show you. Let me just compare to, you want to compare to Hanna-Barbera? That's a decent size. Jalen, Sam, and Bob is not. 15,000, guys. So
Twice as much.
and some. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just a much bigger size drop. Okay, so keep that in mind. The prices are the same, right? $9.99, $29.99. So keep that in mind. Okay, so moving on. Let's take a look at our physicals. Here are the physical Funkos. So this is what we're going for, guys. We don't really care about the NFTs, but if you do, hey man, all power to you. Like, go for it. Like, have fun in the atomic market. It's a lot of fun. This is what we're going for, are these Funko physical redeemables, right? So here we go with the Grail, $999, the Fire Nation Aang, and Jeb Nightcrawler is saying Avatar after Aang. People love Aang, so there you go. This is cool. Out of $999, very cool. Some of these other ones, man, I don't know. I don't know what the difference between it, the Legend of Korra, and there's the Avatar: The Last Airbender. The Airbender is what I know, like that's like the familiar one. Then Legend of Korra. And then you get the Freddy Funko Legend of Airbender with the arrow one. So that's a really cool, the Funko and the Aang one. So, so very cool one. So the other thing I want to point out. So remember they were all with all these packs, right? There's all these packs. So you get a 0.16% chance to pull a Grail, and you have to add that to what you get to a Legendary, right? So you add these two together. That's how these things work, because these are all be 1.36%, right? Right? So does that make sense, everyone? So you get 1.5 or 1.52% chance to pull a physical per NFT, right? Per NFT you open. If you go to the physicals here, because there's less packs, you have the 0.33 and the 1.64, or roughly 2%, right? So you get a whole 25% easier, right, to pull a physical from this pack compared to this other pack, right? So that's going to be your difference right there. And how they made up for it to make it sure, like, this one only has one more extra, like, physical NFT, because you're like, if they have that many extra packs, like, how do they make it work with that, to get the percents right? The packs are higher. So there's 2,125 available. These are out of 1,600, So it's just different. And there's other ones out of 1,500, right? So it's just, everything's slightly different here. There's more of this across the board, and it's harder to get. So it's less rare, it's harder to get, but it costs the same. So when it transfers over to the Atomico, it should cost less than these other packs, unless just this Last Airbender stuff, the Legend stuff, is just so fucking cool, people don't care. And that's something, like, what would you compare it to? Would you compare it to Transformers? Is it bigger than Transformers?
So. I think that's a pretty good comparison. I think Transformers has a much wider fan base, because you're talking about people that were my age, I guess our age, because Transformers came out in the early 80s. So you have people that are legitimately 40 years old. I mean, granted, that's not to say that there are no 40-plus fans of Last Airbender, but it's a pretty wide demographic of people that know and love Transformers. I think Last Airbender is pretty close in terms of like how passionate the fan base is.
You want to say it's a fair comparison? Sure, I like that, man.
I think so. Yeah.
All right, guys. So, you could still redeem these, right? Yeah, you can. Let me tell you. Let me answer it for you. They're going for $52. Let me see. Where do they max out at? Are we sure we can still get this? Oh wait, let's just make sure.
No, you can't. The coins came out a month ago.
The coins came out. Never mind. You can't. Never mind. Never
Yeah,
mind. So
no.
we got to go back in time.
Yeah.
This won't work. Because I was like, we're gonna compare to the wrong price. Okay, so this is
Yeah.
after. This doesn't count. So this is. I would say if you're gonna compare it to Transformers, and let's go all the way back. So when it started, these premium packs, it was pretty early. This when Funkos were getting hot. Man, they were going for $100 a pack at one point. And they
Yeah, it was
cooled
crazy.
off to like 70, 80 bucks. 70, 80 bucks. Got hot again. And then this, I wouldn't really count. So I would say this should be about what Transformers is, but because it's harder to get the physical, minus 25%. So I would take off, I'd slash a quarter from this. So this, instead of 88, I'd say 65. Fuck it. That's what I would say. So that's my thought on these packs. It's going to be harder to get, so they're going to be cheaper. So
Jay and Silent Bob premium packs are at 52 to 55 last time I looked. And that's a much smaller drop and a much smaller fan base.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think the premium packs on this one, if it's to be expected the way we think it's going to go, like I think we're talking 60 plus, I think.
Yeah, because the packs are so much. I'm not talking about the redeemables, because those are still going to be hot. I mean, yeah, okay, yeah, there's 25% more of those, but I think I don't know. It's kind of one of those things, It's just going to be a higher print run, so how's it? But the packs are so much higher, like just so much higher than anything else out there that it's really, not comparable really to kind of like, going an NFT going up, or not an NFT, a physical going up to 600. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just seems, very kind of crazy with that amount. So I don't know. I think the packs might be something just to keep an eye on. But yeah, if you want to buy them, you should be able to get them. Where do we see Jay and Silent Bob going? Do you see it going up or down anymore, Matt? I see it kind of hanging around here. I don't see really much movement. I think it's at the right spot. I think it found its happy spot.
I'm surprised that the legendary came down back to. So I bought in at like 68, and it's kind of back down to that. Maybe a little less. I can't read that on your screen, Mark. What's
69.
It at? Okay. That's 69. About where I bought at. I think that feels low to me, and maybe that's just because. Really, I can only go out compare it to the last two drops, like My Little Pony and Hanna-Barbera. It's lower than Hanna-Barbera, which I guess was to be expected, but this specific one seemed to be like it was going to be a lot more popular than what it is currently. I agree with you. I think it's probably going to hang around. It may have a slight upwards trajectory, but the pack prices are still high, which is good. And that may be a little bit because it's so easy to build royalty sets. Like you could get halfway to a royalty set with 2 premium packs. So
absolutely, yeah. That's gonna
maybe
make
even
a difference.
closer. Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's the other thing with the Avatar one. It's going to be, I think I counted about 100 for a royalty set. So pretty big. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is big.
We'll see how that goes. You want to see My Little Pony heat check? Let's see how My Little Pony's doing.
Do it.
So full disclosure, I have 2 sets of My Little Ponies now, 2 Grails, 2 of all the legendaries. So there you go. Queen Chrysalis, Sunshine December. So guys, right around here, they really haven't moved. Right around 40. They hit below 40, people scoop them up, and they go right back. Princess Luna, our girl, sitting at 43, not bad. And what's the Grail at? 144. But it's one of those things, guys. I don't see these going for so, like, I don't know. In the real world, I mean, $40 just seems so cheap for these. So we'll see. My Little Pony for 21. Oh, did I accidentally buy one? I don't think so. No, the most recent one I bought was what did I buy? I think I bought another set of these. Yeah, so I sold.
Mark, if you sell those as a set, I think that would be really nice.
Yeah, well, I told you what my plan was with these, but what I did is, guys, I sold my Jay and Silent Bob packs for $60, $65, something like, between those, and I turned it into 3 redeemables here. So, yeah, I probably could have pulled okay with the Jay and Silent Bob stuff, but I was like, screw it. I know for sure I could get 3 of these, and I really think these are easy, the double. I don't know. This is surprising, you know. So
I think those are conservatively $80 to $100 conservatively. So I think if you're buying them for $40, I think you can double your money without.
Right. I think this is kind of a, you know, pretty easy one. We'll see. You know, it's one of those things. You never know, man. Stuff changes, so yeah, we'll see. But yeah, it seems low, and I don't know, man. I thought like who was it? Was it Stonks that was talking to us? Someone was talking to us. He's like, you know, he listened to, was it the Hasbro earnings call or something like that? And yeah, dude, My Little Pony's like right up there. That's one of their like brands they fucking talk about. They love to talk about this shit. So they're, you know, I think there's definitely a fan base there. You know, it might just be a weird crossover with the crypto market, you know. But yeah, I think the bronies are coming for him. You know, they'll buy this shit. Or, you know what, forget the bronies. Just, like, girls. You know what I mean? We were talking about just, this is a male-dominated market. Like, crypto world, the NFT world. Like, this is, you know, the eBay world even. Like, the whatnot world. This is a very male-dominated market. It just really is. So,
yeah.
You know.
And there are more women on eBay than there are on the Atomic Hub, if I were to venture a guess. So once he's getting people's hands, and they're more easier for different fan bases to get a hold of one, like on selling people on Facebook Marketplace or on eBay. Like once they see these things in the wild, I think more people are going to want to buy them as opposed to buying them off the Atomic Hub.
Yeah.
Personally.
Have you checked out eBay Live yet? Have you even looked at it?
Nope.
Nah, neither have I, man. I was like, fuck it, dude. Whatnot's enough, and I don't really buy from Whatnot, to be honest. But I get
Never
it.
have,
Like there's some super cheap shit there. Like if I was into UFO and stuff, yeah, you get some super cheap stuff there. Or like other weird stuff, yeah. But you know, I get it. All right, man. What else is going? Nationals is going on. Do we want to do a little Nationals card collecting autograph?
Sure. Yeah. Let me see who all is showing up there. I enjoyed when I went last year. Like I told you guys on Wednesday. Like I went there looking to buy autographed baseballs because as you can see behind me, I collect them. I have some like really high end ones, and I have some
that looks really cool. I like that. Yeah.
Only Hall of Famers. So like I care about who I add. I'm not just gonna add a bunch of phony baloney guys. So I went there last year with a lot of cash, like ready, preparing myself to buy like a $2,000 baseball. Like I was ready for it. And it ended up just everything was slightly overpriced, and I've never been a great like in-person negotiator, and that's usually how these things work. Is like the sticker price is not the actual price. I mean, if you buy for that amount, great, but you kind of go there and you barter. That's people like to dicker at these sorts of things, and that's just not a strength of mine. So
no, it's like going to an old school swap meet or like you know a local flea market today. Yeah, you're expected to bargain with these people. So think about that if you're going to buy anything there. Except the autographs, you got to pay that ahead of time. But
you buy tickets for these athletes. Yeah.
Like
So if you have, to be fair, like if you have an interest in sports autographs, like, and you let's say you have maybe you're a big Robert Parrish guy, Mark. Maybe you like the Chief because he was on the Bulls for a bit.
Oh jeez, yeah.
Let's say you have a Robert Parrish game used jersey and you wanted to get him to sign it. Like this is the way you do it. You buy a ticket for Robert Parrish and you go there and you have him sign it.
Matt, we talked about it. William Shatner was going to be at a con just like I think a month or two ago. I think we missed it. I think it passed. But we were going to get the Funkos signed by him. But the Funkos are still sitting on the damn plane with Hot Wheels, with de-icing the wings or something. What is going on with those? I don't even have tracking for those, bro. They owe me a dozen. I got a dozen Funkos on the way. None of them have shipped. So I don't know what the fucking think, dude. So we'll see. You know. I have faith that they won't screw me over, I guess. Yeah, okay, Matt, we'll go through here. We'll pick three. You tell me who you get the autograph from. Jaromir Jagr. Did I say that right? Gary Sheffield or Lou Piniella? Jaromir?
I'll go Jaromir Jagr. Yeah.
Oh, I go Jagr too. Not Lou Piniella, former Chicago Cub manager. I don't need to see fucking Sweet Lou anymore, dude.
I was there at Lou Piniella's last game as a manager.
You know, Gary Sheffield waved the bat a lot, so that was cool.
Here's a funny story about Gary Sheffield, Mark. So one of my friends was drafted by the Tigers probably, what year are we in, 2022? This is probably 15 years ago. He was drafted by the Tigers. And he was playing in a spring training game. He was an outfielder, my friend. He is a center fielder, I think. And Gary Sheffield was playing like right field that game. So they're like kind of huddling in the outfield. And my friend, who's granted like a 22-year-old rookie, He like goes to Gary Sheffield like, "Hi, how do you want to play it today?" And Gary Sheffield says, "Just get the fuck out of my way. Get the fuck out of my way."
I love it. That's a good
yeah.
answer. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get out of here, kid. I ain't got time for you. I love it. That's actually a great story. All right, here we go, man. Odell Beckham Jr. Bernie Parent. Perret. I don't know.
Bernie Parent.
Or Bernie Parent. Did you say Bernie Parent? Okay, I thought it was
Yeah.
French. Or Reggie Jackson.
I got an answer for you. Give me a second.
Oh, we got an answer. I don't think this is Odell coming from the baseballs. Here we go. Oh, you got your twin meals in New Zealand. Awesome. All right, man. What do we got? Oh, we got Reggie.
Reggie
Mr.
Jackson
October.
right there. Yeah.
How cool.
So knowing that, I would probably get something signed by OBJ.
Yes. Yes. Over Bernie Parent. Just because I know he's a Hall of Fame hockey player because I can read his Hall of Fame 84 here. But I think I'd do that. I think Reggie Jackson signed a ton. Who knows what Odell Beckham's like going to sign in the future? Like maybe nothing. Like I don't know. I'm with you. Okay. Oh, this is an interesting one. Andre Reed, Charlie Ward, or Bert Blyleven.
Bert Blyleven's an overrated Hall of Famer. So I'd go Charlie Ward. Won the Heisman Trophy.
Charlie Ward won the Heisman, dude.
Mm-hmm. And played for the New York Knicks.
And he played for the Knicks. He was an NBA guy. Not, you know, this is a great Florida State pitcher, but that's not what he did. Andre Reed's kind of cool, but, you know, I think I'd go Charlie Ward with you. Charlie Ward, yeah, it seems like an easy one. Yeah. Yeah, if anyone in the chat wants to play too, hop in. Who would you? Michael Irvin, Paul Pierce, or Ed Reed?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, geez. Probably Michael Irvin. I want to say Ed Reed, but Michael Irvin's a little more well known. I can never forgive Paul Pierce for when he like acted like he was shot and he got carried off in a wheelchair and it ended up just being because he pooped in his pants in the middle of the game.
I'm Ed Reed on this. Ed Reed all day because he's like a newer Hall of Famer, so give him a little bit of time. I think the love for Ed Reed is growing over time.
Maybe the greatest safety of all time, Mark.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. Ed Reed's a bad motherfucker, dude. I would not want to mess with him. We did Bill Walton, the other one. Okay, Larry Wilkins, Paul Molitor, or Brian Bosworth.
This is easy. Come on. You gotta go to the Boz, right?
You gotta go to the Boz. Or, well, it's his first appearance. Or Paul Molitor, just because that's ridiculous. Like, who wants Paul Molitor? Like, is that a thing I don't know
I'd get Paul Molitor. He's a Hall of Famer. 3,000 hits.
Okay. I don't know much about Lenny Wilkins, so sorry.
Lenny Wilkins, I think he won a championship with the Supersonics back in '79. I think.
Rich Goose Gossage, Barry Sanders, or Steve Garvey?
Oh, it's Barry Sanders all day. Goose Gossage is a cranky old man.
Oh, is he? I was gonna say, do people like Goose? No, he's a cranky old dude.
It depends on your political leaning.
Oh, okay, all right, I get you. All right, dude. Yeah. I'll yell at you about something. All right, O.J. Anderson, who I don't remember, Jim Kelly, or Chris Chambliss, who I don't remember either. So I'm gonna say Jim Kelly.
O.J. Anderson was, if you played Tecmo Super Bowl, he was Otis Anderson, I believe. Oh. That's what he went by. Yeah.
Okay.
Jim Kelly, all-time great. That's why I go. Chris Chambliss.
Right? Throat cancer or something? Yeah.
Throat cancer, I believe that's right. Or mouth cancer, something like that.
Yeah.
Who's Chris Chambliss? Yeah. Chris Chambliss hit a game-winning home run in the ALCS, I think in '77, to send the Yankees to the World Series. So that's what he's best known for.
All right, I'll pass. All right, Gary Payton, Dan Fouts, or Spencer Howard? I would say Gary Payton, my early one. Love the glove.
Spencer Haywood. Ooh, that's a tough one. I'd probably go Gary Payton. Spencer Haywood's well known because he got kicked out of the league for cocaine. I don't know if you watched that Showtime Lakers TV show, Mark, but he has a prominent role in it.
Oh no, I didn't know. What's his prominent role?
Well, his thing was that he was out of the league from cocaine. In the show they show him with a cocaine problem. The Lakers sign him for like a championship run, like they need, because he was a really, really good basketball player, but he also was addicted to cocaine. So like in the show, it shows him like just doing cocaine like during games, like in the locker room and stuff, and eventually he just kind of like falls apart.
Oh wow.
But
Okay.
yeah, he's really good basketball player.
Piece of history right there. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Interesting. Um, Jeff Bagwell, Johnny Bench, or Craig Biggio. That's a tough one, Matt. I'll leave that one up to you.
I have Johnny Bench already behind me. Jeff Bagwell juiced, but he's a better player than Craig Biggio. So because I already have Johnny Bench, I'd go Jeff Bagwell just because. Fun fact: he shares a birthday with Frank Thomas.
Jeff Bagwell does?
Oh yeah.
I guess I'd go Bagwell. I go Johnny Bench. I don't have Johnny Bench. I get the Hall of Fame of Johnny Bench, but isn't is Biggio?
They're all Hall of Famers. All of them are,
Bagwell's
yeah.
too. All right, jeez, it shows what I know. Oh, here's an easy one: Andre Dawson, Anthony Munoz, or Alex English. Andre Dawson all day, the Hawk.
I met Andre Dawson at Cubs Fest, or Cubs Convention 2003. He was wearing like a nice Coogee sweater. So I have a Dawson ball back there too.
Oh,
it's
awesome.
At the very bottom row because it's the least cool. But
All right, Dan Marino or David Ortiz?
David Ortiz. I want to get one of his balls. Yeah.
Yeah, I think isn't Dan Marino kind of I really liked him in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, and I think that
He was
movie
great.
you just don't hear about it anymore because it's just kind of the whole topic. I think is just kind of off limits now.
It's
you know what I
very,
mean?
yeah, it's very of a certain time. Like they couldn't make a show.
Right,
They
yeah,
couldn't make
it's
a movie
time
like that
capsule movie. You
anymore.
couldn't, right? Yeah, they'd be like, "What is going on, dude?"
Finkel is Einhorn.
Yeah, Einhorn is Finkel. Yeah, exactly. So it's that's a timepiece for sure. All right, one more. We'll do the Sandlot kids. Which one do you like better? Shane Badinsky, Grant Gelt, or Victor Dimasia?
I'd probably go the guy in the middle because that's the guy
sure,
that he's holding the tobacco and he's like stop.
Yeah,
And then
right?
just all
right,
puke.
there you go. All right, cool, man. Well, Nationals this weekend. Check it out, guys. And this kind of thing, we collect sports cards too, and I think Matt, maybe we should talk more and more about sports cards, especially with
Sure.
TCG prices like going bad. You know what I mean? Let us point some stuff that maybe you want to look this way, throw some money in, while you're waiting for the next MetaZoo promo set to drop. That's going to be fire. You know what I mean? It's kind of one of how those things work. There's a lot of stuff out there too. And there's a lot of, the Mattel creation stuff we always talk about. That Tony Hawk skateboard sold out in, 2 seconds?
Yeah, it was. I thought I was gonna get it because I got in, and it said a minute wait, and I'm like, okay, there's 100, maybe there's a chance, but nah.
Yeah, it's these Tony Hawk signed skateboard sold out in a minute. So they have this Halo thing. They're doing the constructs. I don't know if Halo's kind of past, man. I think Overwatch is what people like. Our Discord was talking about. There is a Overwatch. Okay, have you played Overwatch?
Never. Nope.
I played Overwatch for a year and got really into it, dude. I was good. I threw down on Overwatch, dude. It got too repetitive for me. I was playing the game. It's kind of dude, I'm doing the same thing. This is kind of getting I enjoy it, but it's kind of a weird. I just need to play something else. You know what I mean? It didn't change enough for me. There wasn't enough difference in the game, And everyone plays the same. You know what I mean? You kind of get into these battles where everyone's running the same strategies over and over. It gets really kind of repetitive, right? So they're going to come out with Overwatch 2, but it doesn't seem they changed much. So I don't know if I'm going to come back. Well, maybe. But if this was Overwatch, I would say it'd be a lot more popular. People really like some of this Overwatch shit. So Halo, I think, is kind of dead. So I don't think I'd really buy Halo. So that's kind of my point on that.
Yeah,
man, they released their game. It was hot for a minute, dude, and they just didn't keep up. They needed to hit that fucking battle royale, and they didn't. They kept it the squad game. It's you're gonna keep it the squad game. You gotta improve on it. So I used to play and get booted so fucking often. It was just ridiculous, dude. And I played computer, not Xbox, so I don't know if it made it worse for me, but it's my little video game spiel.
I agree with you.
So we'll do sports and stuff, and
if to be fair, my knowledge of sports cards is pretty much rooted 2010 and previous. I operate very heavily in the 90s and early 2000s, so that's where a lot of my knowledge is. But if you guys, anyone has any interest in going over that sort of stuff, or maybe some new product, we're all for it. I'd certainly love to talk about it. That's where my passion is.
Maybe we'll do an F1 day. We'll talk about F1 for everybody.
Sure.
I just noticed this, dude. This is an NWO shirt. like a New World Order wrestling shirt, but it's like this. It's the American flag, but instead of the stripes, it's the NWO. I mean, that's hilarious, dude.
That is
That
really
like
good.
The
I didn't
funniest
notice
thing
that.
I've seen. Like, what is going on here? That's an awesome shirt. All right.
Good for that guy.
Next 4th of July. Well, I told you the story. I was wearing the NWO shirt just at a local bar around here. The really young waitress girl just I don't think knew what it was. And I thought I was like an anarchist or something. It's like, no, this is like a wrestling reference. Like, fuck off. Like, what are we talking about here?
That's funny.
What's going on? She doesn't work there anymore. Yeah, it didn't last. I don't know.
No. I just like Scott Hall.
I think she was a little dim. Scott Hall fan. Yeah, guys, that's all I got for today, man. We're not doing a whatnot, guys. We're gonna come back with a whatnot Monday. I was gonna do like a slab whatnot, but it is just a UFO today, so I don't really want to mess with it. People are really hyped about UFO. It would be kind of a waste. I don't think anyone would watch me. It'd be me waving slabs. But UFO, check it out on whatnot. You can get some cheap stuff. And then besides that, hang tight, and we'll see what goes on. But Monday we're doing cryptic, so big cryptic stream. Guys, we're going to go pretty quick through a test stack, guys. We're going to run through some cards and start at $1. Get in here. We'll get kind of going right away, and it'll be a lot of fun. And might have a trick up the sleeve, too, Matt. I haven't even told you about the trick I have up the sleeve.
You got a trick up your sleeve?
I got a trick up my sleeve. This is a maybe, so we'll see. It's just a maybe, though. So, I shouldn't even said that. I let too much out of the bag.
Well, now I'm going to be thinking about it.
Right? Well, I piqued your interest.
You did.
So Monday, check this out. Monday, it's under Whatnot through like other TCGs. You'll find us. And we're the Refractor Land and Whatnot too. So check us out.
Yep.
And check out Steve's video. He did an interview. So check it out. Like that's pretty cool.
Steve, if you haven't already, share that in the Discord too.
Yeah, share it in the Discord. Yeah, you could. Yeah, Steve's the one who could post YouTube videos. Everyone else, like, tough break.
I guess that's true.
We'll let that slide.
Let that slide.
With Mike. It's official. Like, I don't know. We'll let it slide. But yeah, that's all I got, Matt. And I'm gonna watch SummerSlam. I suggest you guys too. I like the Pat McAfee show. I'm a big fan of Pat Mac, so we'll see how that shit goes, man. I don't know. We'll see. It might be lame. And that's all I got this weekend. Have fun this weekend. Enjoy it. It should be nice weather. Go outside.
That's exactly right. Get some fresh air.
Have a cocktail.
Take a break.
Yeah.
Take a break from the NFTs.
Order a drink off like the specialty menu. Something weird. Something you haven't had before.
Yeah, there you go. Treat yourself a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? You earned it, guys. Treat yourself. All right, Matt. As we always say, to end the show is... Pull the big one. All right. Peace, guys. Great to see you. Have a good weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Peace.
See you guys.